Hey, good evening, everybody.
Hello, guys.
How is everybody? We've got GeForce in the house already. Hello there.
Hey, GeForce.
Okay, right. These one-to-ones, if you watched last week's installations we were talking about, we want to talk about YouTube, basically, but positivity.
Yeah.
Think positive. I know YouTube is not really positive.
It's a bit of a mixed bag.
Yeah. What I want to do is get a YouTuber on every week, talk about their channel, maybe get them a few more subs. Hopefully.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
You wouldn't complain, would you?
Yeah, you're on 402 now, so you're over
402. Yeah, I got over the line yesterday, which was good. Good halfway mark of the year, like halfway point, because like I said, my goal is to. Yeah, it's good to have them. My first goal, my first goal was obviously 100 by Christmas, and I've just been growing since then. And then at the start of the year, I was like, it'd be good to get 1,000 by the end of this year. It just adds, like you say, it's good to have a goal. You work towards it. I'm still enjoying all the content. So, the creative process and all that sort of thing. That's what it's all about. If you're not enjoying it, then that's what you're doing it for. If you're enjoying it, then it's not work. You know what I mean? It's enjoyable. You get to talk about the things you love talking about, and it's one of them. Hey, Gooper.
Yeah.
So there's your famous Nightbot.
Yeah. that was quick. It's supposed to set up about 20 minutes. Hey, Blue. Yes,
hey, Blue.
Very live.
His favourite saying.
Yeah, I forgot what we were going to say now. Yeah, what was I talking about? Oh, anyway.
Positivity.
Just go into it, yeah. I'm good starting it. Right. Tell us some about you then. How did you start with YouTube?
YouTube. So it was. I've always, as everyone always says, you watch YouTube before you start a channel. Like, that's how it works. You don't start a channel without ever watching YouTube, really, unless you was like the first channel ever. But I was just watching different Star Wars channels. Those Lord of the Rings channels, all those kind of things, and I was just like, I've always ummed and ahed at it, if that makes sense, and just kind of thought, could I do it? Like, would people watch? You have those sort of, like, would anyone even be interested? You have those sort of doubts, and then it got to the point where I kind of came across your community as well. Like it was the Pally Boys and all that sort of stuff. I started getting in those chats as well, and it was just that. I think that was the nudge that I needed, because it was like everyone's just normal, whereas when you're just on YouTube watching it, you only really see the big guys, if you know what I mean. That's what YouTube gives you, doesn't it? So you only see the big guys, and you're like, you don't really see the guys behind the scenes, like all of us now, like this community where we're all just kind of regular people, just doing our bit. We've all got work and jobs and whatever, and we're still out here creating and doing what we do, and that, I think, this is what YouTube is really about. And then you can look up to and have like your goals, and that's an amazing channel, that's who I'd like to be like, but that until you get to that stage, it's just one of those, you just got to enjoy it, and that's the main thing. And that's when I realized that there's that almost sub community of YouTube where the regular people, it's not what the YouTube algorithm gives you, all these big people. It's like the normal people who are just making ends meet, making the video, making the content they like. They're not necessarily just doing it for views or clickbait and all that sort of stuff. They're doing it because they like doing it. And that's what made me realize I can do that because I like talking about it, instead of how am I going to, would people watch it? It's not about that. It's about you enjoying it, you liking it, and then it'll kind of go off from there. Hello, everyone. I missed, by the way. I was kind of in a...
Yeah, going back to goals. I mean, my goal was just to get to 1,000. And I haven't moved far. When I've got the 1,000, it took 2 years, and that's what they said when I first started. 2 years, you get 1,000. And it was almost to the day when I got my 1,000. But like I said, it's a goal, but I have not moved since.
No, that was your goal, though, wasn't it? You've reached your goal, so now you were just enjoying it, enjoying.
Not bothered.
Yeah.
I don't want to lose any. I still want to. I gain any, if you know what I mean. So I can see yours. I mean, what? When do you expect to get to 1,000?
Well, my goal is Christmas. Not Christmas, sorry, the New Year. So it was been like a full year kind of at it, because I only started I think it was the end of October. I put my first video up, or right, it was mid-October time maybe. So I thought that's when I set the initial goal of 100 by Christmas, and then it was kind of the next logical thing. Just 900 in a year's time, take me to that number. It's not. I'm not going to cry if I don't get there. It's just like you say, it's good to have a goal, kind of something to work towards. But as long as I'm enjoying it along the way, whether it be my gaming streams, my live streams, or just the reviews and videos like that's what I enjoy doing at this moment in time. So that's the thing that matters to me at the moment, anyway. So
it's a lot easier now. I would look at me saying it's a lot easier now to get the subscribers because with the pandemic.
Yeah.
Once the pandemic started, the subscribers came flocking to me. I think I had less than 50 when it first started last year. And I'm looking at me now. I've got 1,000. So I've really got 1,000 in a year, like you're saying. So I think that level is down to 2 from 2 years down to 1 year. At the current situation, anyway, because a lot of people you've got a captive audience, haven't you?
Yeah. People are looking for things to watch because there's kind of there's nothing. Well, there has been nothing really for people to do for the last year, other than do something that they enjoy. Because otherwise, you'll go mad. That's kind of what also led me to doing this, because I was sat at home thinking, what am I going to do with my time? I've got all this like extra time sort of thing. Instead of doing it and wasting it on work that I don't enjoy, put it in one of my passion projects, which is now turned into this, and I'm enjoying it. It's what I get joy out of. So why not? And if I never get to 1,000 and, I'm still enjoying it and I'm still making videos 2 years down the line, then that's what matters. It's the enjoyment factor for me. And anything else that comes after that is just kind of a byproduct of me enjoying myself and being happy. that was the initial goal, that I thought I need to do something with my time that I enjoy doing something with. And then it's just grown from there. And then you realize once you become part of these communities, like there's like-minded people out there with similar goals, and you all support each other then. So it's not just a matter of, is anyone ever going to watch it and stuff like that? Because you make friends, like I'm friends with all you guys, people in the chat and stuff like that. Now we all support each other. And it's just like, that's probably the best part of everything so far for me. It's not the videos, the subscribers, it's meeting people with similar interests, Out of all my friends who real life friends, if you will, like none of them like Star Wars like I do or anything like that, bar Aaron. But other than that, nobody. They're all just like, you're a bit weird, aren't you? I'm like, yeah, but it's great.
We're all weird.
I just got to embrace it.
And Cooper says you're a gamer as well. So do you prefer the game inside, or do you prefer the reviews, or for the live stream?
So my favourites are probably the gaming and the live streams, just because it's very interactive. Like the reviews I like doing because it's kind of, when it's something, for example, like when it was The Mandalorian, those were the sort of first reviews that I did. I was really enjoying that just because of, I think it was more to do with the quality of what The Mandalorian was. It was just amazing. As you can remember, Series 2 was just amazing. So it was just having the chance to talk about that, talk about your theories and stuff like that. It was great.
Yeah.
But in terms of like gaming and live streams, I just love the live chat, people coming in, like it's Tuesday today, isn't it? Like Sunday, for example, when we were with John and Aaron are just there spitting out theories, and everyone's like, that's what I love, just geeking out fully. Like I don't get that in real life, so this is the place to do it.
I mean, that was one of the best live streams I've ever seen.
It was amazing. Like I didn't. It was 2.5 hours. Like, and I didn't even notice. You just get lost.
Once you're in one of those, it flies by.
It was amazing. That's what I love doing. Just like you proper getting into it, and that's it. Just talking about the things that you enjoy with people with the same love for it as you, because you can not waste your time, but you talk about it with other people who aren't really interested in it, and then you just kind of get a bit disheartened. Not disheartened, but you're like, well. That was a bit of a waste of time. Nobody likes it but me. So then they go talking about, football and all that sort of stuff, which I love, but it's not as much as this. Yeah, exactly.
I've got a question there. What is your main fun? We're not really going to talk about toys or anything like that. We're just going to talk about YouTube, but just go ahead.
My main focus, so at the moment, I first started with the review sort of thing, and it was more reviewing just The Mandalorian. That's the content that we was getting. And then I've got my I started going through my book collection. I've been reading that. I'm going to look at doing like mini reviews for them too, just Star Wars books to start with, because the main sort of thing was Star Wars to begin with. But then I do like want to branch out into all different universes, if you will. Like obviously we've got the Escaping Reality show where we talk about Marvel, we talk about DC. It's just I wouldn't say there really is a main focus. It's the main focus is talking about stuff I enjoy. That's the main focus. Like because from so far from what I talk about, other people seem to enjoy it too. Like that's the whole part of this kind of community, if you will. So what's this real life stuff you've mentioned? Not so sure. Is this not fun? This is where the fun happens.
Yeah, this is real. This is my life. I'm so happy in my life.
This is the happiest I've been doing this in a number of years. And I've done a lot over the last few years in terms of jobs and traveling abroad and working abroad. And this is the most kind of content I've been in terms of enjoyment. Like I've done that, I've made good money, I've done this, and it doesn't kind of compare. No. Yeah, money's not really neat. Well, it's needed, but it doesn't make you happy, does it? It's this stuff that makes you happy. Anyway. Yeah. I watch YouTube. I just watch YouTube all the time. I don't watch TV. I don't watch the news. Yeah, me either.
I should tell the real world.
Yeah. The real world. That's the bad place. This is where everything, we all come to escape. This is where we all come to escape, whether it be watching series, movies, or talking about those series and movies. It all kind of ties into one, and that's it's the greatest form of escapism, if you will. Like now we've got this community where we can all discuss things with each other, whether it be toys, whether it be movies, games. When hopefully I get a PlayStation 5, I can jump on with you guys on Battlefront and just lose yourself in there for a few hours. It's just,
listening.
It's just one of those. This is kind of, like I just said, the greatest form of escapism when everything else is kind of rubbish at the moment, if you will.
Brilliant, Flo.
Normal is the new weird, Sleeping said. Being weird is best. Being weird is the best, 100%.
Certainly is. Yeah, we're weird. We are weird for the outside people. For us, not.
This is normal.
This is normal for us.
Yeah.
We're all normal. Everybody else is weird.
Yes, agreed.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, Dave.
Nice to see you. So, one of the questions I usually ask is, how do you come up with your ideas? But you don't really have like videos where you
creating.
Yeah, creating. It's like reviews and things like that.
Reviews. So in terms of that, like I've done paintings and stuff before, so I did that more of the short. I played around with the shorts because I did time lapses of them. I was just thinking people were having quite a good success in the community with shorts. So I thought if I could tie that in with that as well, it's shorter form content people watch, and then it gets me doing something else I enjoy, which was painting all the models and stuff like that. So if you was to look at my content as an outsider, you think, what the hell is going on? Because there's just bits of everything, but that's just kind of me, just bits of everything in there, whether it be gaming, reviewing Star Wars shows, or we're talking about Marvel with John for hours, or I'm painting Warhammer, it's just kind of, those are the things I enjoy. It kind of fits in with the channel name as well, because it's like any world but ours, but that's kind of where I find myself escaping to. It's like whether it be Lord of the Rings, Warhammer, gaming, it's just these are the different places that I find myself escaping to. So it kind of all ties in.
No, I don't have a money tree. It's money's just resting in another account. As Father Ted used to say.
Salacious says monkey lizards are not weird. That's very true.
We'll believe you.
Do you like Warhammer? Yeah, I love it. I have got a subscription to like a magazine where I get monthly models and stuff like that. So it's embarrassing because I've got literally a collection of unpainted things. It's like a back catalogue that I need to get through and paint, but that gives me another excuse to upload kind of more short content and stuff like that. So
I used to do all the Lord of the Rings painting.
That's what I got. Like, I bought them off eBay, really cheap.
I've got patience now.
We also got the Star Wars version of it. It's called Star Wars Legion, so that's I'm looking forward to that.
To get into all that. I really love to. I love them. I see them in the Travelling Man, and I just, I'd really want to go down that rabbit hole, but I've got so many rabbit holes in my.
That's the thing. You can't have too many rabbit holes. You just lose focus on one of them. If anyone needs normal here, it's me.
Okay. Okay, we'll believe you. So, what's your equipment? What do you use for camera? How do you edit?
I've got literally. It's not branded. It was off Amazon webcam. It's just called USB Live webcam, and when you like plug it in, I think it cost me about £40-50 USB. I got a new microphone recently because Aaron got it, and he said it's on offer on Amazon as well. I think this was about £50. Again, it's not branded. It's not like Sony or anything like that. It's literally just 50 quid. Does the job. I use Premiere Pro for my editing, but I've got no idea how to use it. I kind of just throw things together and go, there you go. And it works. So half the time I do have quite a lot of bits of everything here, there and everywhere. And I do understand that some people, for example, like the Bad Batch, some people would prefer to watch it all at once when it's all out and stuff like that. And that's absolutely fine. But I just like...
Yeah.
I like watching it and like breaking it down, like something Rural said.
Think about it for another week and then
think about it, think where it's going to go and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that's what I like doing.
Having the theories, like we said, have the theories.
Yeah, that's half for me. That's half the fun anyway. You know, thinking where it can go and stuff like that, especially.
Hey, Luke, nice to see you.
Yeah. That says a lot, and that is true. Apparently, Luke. Yes, and I did see the one you uploaded as your short the other day, Salacious, and I have to say it will be nowhere near as good as that. If you can deal with like some sort of stick, Salacious, maybe. Now I can draw, but I'm not as good. That one that you uploaded as a short, that is good. That is amazing art. So don't expect that sort of quality. That's all I'm going to say. I've not painted in a long time. Consistently.
Hey, America's Most Wanted.
Hey, mate.
Yeah, so what's the position? I mean, like you say, it's all like box standard Amazon stuff, which mine is.
Yeah.
I love getting bargains on the what have I got that? Oh, it's my mouse. These are usually £100, and it's like a third party. What I got for 20 quid. You know what I mean? I love bargains like that. It is the genuine article, but it's not, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But it's still just as good.
It does exactly the same job as the other stuff. So
yeah. I mean, I got a gimbal last week, and
you was using it for your Lego stream, wasn't you?
Yeah, it's quite expensive for me anyway, but it's not like the £500 ones you see.
Yeah, it's not like top.
You know what I mean? It's
videographer range.
Yeah. So if you're starting on YouTube or whatever you want to do, a podcast, anything like that, I think the best thing with podcasts is a microphone.
Yeah.
Get your microphone.
Yeah.
Audio is everything for podcasts. But for like YouTube, I've got my webcam.
Yeah.
I've had a bit of issues with it lately, but I've got it worked out. I was going to buy a new webcam, but I've got it fixed now. So I'm not bothered. So just budget to start with.
Entry level equipment, especially when, like we've just said, we're not massive on YouTube. We just all enjoy it. It's like it's a hobby, I guess, that we all enjoy. It's so you don't need, like, that was one of my excuses when I was contemplating YouTube. Oh, I don't have the stuff. I'll need the best equipment because that's how you do it. And then I just realized, no, you don't. Like, just get the entry level, see how it works, and it's fine. Doing it on a computer that's 15 years old nearly, so you know what I mean.
So do you edit it on software on your computer, or?
Yeah, I use Premiere Pro, so it's Adobe. I've got like an account with Adobe where I have Photoshop and all that stuff anyway. So
nice.
I've been trying to get to grips with it. Aaron is going to help me because he, in his kind of old line of work, he was like a video editor, so he knows what he's doing with that. So he's going to try and assist me there.
Blues after a Guavi and Enforcer. I'm gonna try and get you that one. I've seen on eBay. So I will get it and I'll review it and I'll send it to you.
Speaking of eBay, there they all are.
Oh, where did you get that from?
Some amazing eBayer called Blue Harvest Vintage Toys.
There's still some full stuff on there if you want to have a look.
I get notifications now when things go up. I made sure it was on.
Oh, good. Hey, Mr. Gimbal. Me and Mr. Gimbal are going to Leicester tomorrow to the toy shop. And I'm going to have a really good day. I'm going to
That's what you like to hear.
Hey, Andy. Yes, they're actually in frames, yeah.
Hey, Andy. Mine are just all in, the little sleeves. I've got so many to read. I've got, the subscription that you get with like Forbidden Planet and those sort of places. So I get them sent and I end up falling behind reading them because I'm reading them like books as well. And then the next delivery will come and the next delivery will come and I've got like a stack of them to read now.
Yeah. So if somebody wanted to start on YouTube, would you advise it?
Yes, I guess it's completely irrelevant what sort of niche, if you will, you want to go into. Like, I've also toyed with a personal channel as well. So I started that actually before I did this. I just uploaded a video on there, and then I've kind of tied that in with my business that I run. So that's kind of where I do there. But this has kind of helped me with that. They kind of work in unison, if you will. So I know what to do in terms of YouTube now. I've been learning how to upload, how to edit. I guess to an extent how the YouTube algorithm works in terms of keywords and all that sort of stuff.
Tell me how it works. I don't think anybody really knows, do they?
No one can know because they'll bloody change it every day and just it's
such a pain.
It favors the people who get the views and who use it the most. I guess it's just like all of them, but I would recommend it because no matter what the niche, there'll be people like us within every one, whether it be weddings, travel, or anything like bakery. There'll be people just like us wanting to reach out to people with similar interests who want to talk to people about it, because some people in their social or family circles may not enjoy the same things they do, and that like us, and now we've all found each other, so we're fortunate. But to anyone who is thinking about starting a YouTube and toying with the idea, no matter what the niche is, there'll be people willing to help regardless.
Yeah, and there's always topics that are needed on YouTube.
Yeah,
you can still be very, very successful with new topics.
Well, I do still believe as well, even though YouTube's been around for nearly 20 years or something, like we're still very early in terms of adoption of the internet. Think of in terms of generations, the kids are getting raised now, all they'll know is YouTube, like that sort of thing, YouTube and streaming and stuff like that. It's true though, like they get handed like a pad when they're 5 or 6, to whether it be educational and stuff like that. They have school seminars and stuff on YouTube and stuff like that now. It's crazy, and to think that it's only going to get bigger as well. You guess the adoption kind of does. We're still quite early. Whether we're going to get to the millions, who knows? But we're still very early. We'll probably be like the guinea pigs of how when YouTube starts growing, like shorts, for example. That's completely new. TikTok came, blew all the social medias out the water, and now everyone's adopting it, whether it be Instagram, YouTube Shorts. It's just playing around with the media that you have and using it to the best of your kind of advantage.
But do you like shorts and do you like watching them?
I do. Like, it's weird because I like watching stuff that's long form as well, where, for example, theories like we've spoke about, where you can get into it, something breaks down, you see something from another point of view, and then the shorts you don't really get that because the whole point of it is quick, simple.
Can you?
Yeah, but it just depends what it is. Like, I've been playing around with gaming shorts recently, so I'll just like record some gameplay that I've done, like whether if I kill a few people on Battlefront or something, I was like, oh, that'll look good, so record that, upload that, and see how that does, and just stuff like that. Because especially if it is a lot of younger people watching, in terms of teenagers and stuff who game a lot, then that's kind of what they'll be watching in terms of shorts. Like TikTok, people sit there for hours and watch it, like without stopping. And you presume it'd be the same with YouTube, because you go through like a catalogue of it, and it'll be the same in terms of the algorithm of, if you like gaming or you like Star Wars, it'll be Star Wars Reels or Star Wars Shorts and stuff like that. So
yeah, but it doesn't always work though, does it? These toy YouTubers, they've got thousands of subscribers that I'm still finding. Yeah. Why at YouTube showing me?
It is weird. It's it's odd. I don't think there is an exact science to it. It's just you just kind of go with it, and sometimes some of your videos will do really well, other times they won't, and that's just it. But that's not the be all and end all. At the end of the day, it's
about putting them out what you enjoy.
Exactly.
What you want to do, put it on a video, upload it to YouTube, and people like it. If people like it, they like it. If they don't, you like it.
Yeah, and it's almost like I spoke about Instagram once because I was actually interviewed for the Lancashire Evening Post about Instagram a few years ago, and I said it's basically like a scrapbook of old, but the new modern scrapbook, and it's the same with YouTube now. Yeah. But it's like your own personal scrapbook of the things you enjoy. So all the things you're uploading, it's your back catalogue, your greatest hits, if you will, of these are all the toys, these are my favourite TV shows, this is me when I was, when you're 30 years down the line or something, YouTube will still be there. You can go, oh bloody hell, look at all this stuff that I did, I've achieved, I've done, whatever it might be. Whether it's Star Wars collecting, whether it's bakery, like I said, or, photography, whatever it might be, it'll all be there forever.
I mean, I was going through I was doing a video on the top 10 figures that I bought last year. So I was looking through my videos to see which figures I actually bought that year.
Yeah, probably easier there than trying to find them anyway.
So that really helped me, really did. So is there any secrets any little tips that can help
in terms of YouTube? So I have been playing around with the shorts recently. I've been also playing around with Google Ads as well. So basically promoting the videos. Yeah. So for example, like the live streams and stuff, because it'll be like what people look for. If they're looking for a live stream. So I literally just watched a few videos on how Google Ads works. It's pretty much the same on how, you can put keywords in your YouTube video description or whatever it is where you can edit it. You do that, and then Google will try and put that in front of people with the same interests. But it's varied success so far. Pretty girls just important to get the shot as old toys. No. That doesn't sound like you.
Pretty girls in the toy shop tomorrow. I've never been, Rosaf. I've never been. So we're both going in blind. But on YouTube. Again, seeing it on YouTube. So right, I just want your honest opinion now. What do you actually think of YouTube?
I think it has the potential to be amazing. It could be groundbreaking. It could literally, if the right people not ran it, but if YouTube put forward the right people, it could literally change the world. Star Wars collectors and stuff like that, probably not. But in terms of what they could put out there to people, it could. But even if he was to look at us, and people were looking for that, and it could cheer someone up or make someone happy, like you've said, the whole point of this sort of one-to-one is YouTube positivity and stuff like that. Instead of some of these negative things or negative channels, the ones that are clickbait and they get put across all the world, and then they can end up sometimes forming other people's opinions just because they think, oh, that big person thinks it, so I have to think it. If you know what I mean, like people can't really form their own opinion anymore because they feel like that's the wrong opinion because it's against the big person's opinion. Whereas, it's everyone's entitled to their own opinion and everything like that. But if you're being, you should feel welcomed. So, for example, if someone who loves Star Wars came in and stumbled across one of our streams, they'd be like, "Oh my god, this is amazing." Whereas if they stumbled across a negative person boycotting Star Wars or whatever it be, they'll be like, oh, well, why? I love Star Wars, but that's what's that's what seems like quite a few of us have spoke about it before, like negativity seems to do really well. But it seems to do really well. It's a bit odd, but
yeah, you need to be negative on YouTube, I think, to succeed. Yeah. Which is really bad. I'm not knocking any of the big YouTubers, but we seem to have like corners and niches of each channel now.
Yeah,
they're like attacking each other, and it's like, I don't know, it's getting really, really bad at the moment. That's what I think anyway. I don't know how you feel about that.
Like, if people don't like Star Wars and they or didn't like a particular thing of Star Wars, they're well within their right to say that in whatever sort of medium and stuff they do. But then to, like you mentioned earlier, people are releasing videos now saying they hate stuff that doesn't even exist yet. And it's just like, well, why? How can you hate something that does not exist yet? It does not make sense. And then you think, well, it's clearly because that is what's going to get them. They're not doing it because they enjoy it. They're doing it for the views. I think that's the difference.
Yeah, totally. Clickbait, shocking your viewers, and then your viewers are going to believe you. Like Chris is saying here. Yeah, it's changing your opinion, but it shouldn't change your opinion. Your opinion should be your opinion.
It should matter. It should matter whether no matter what medium or what live stream you go on. Like for example, if someone who loves the sequel trilogy goes on and starts talking about how much they love it in a stream where the content creators ridiculing it, that person's probably never going to go on YouTube for a while because they're going to think all these people on the live chat have said I'm stupid. And it's just like, it shouldn't be like that. Everyone's opinion should be accepted. There's probably people in here, some people like it, some people don't, but we all accept each other's opinions and just, we see it from different sides. We've all spoke about it before and different live streams. So it's about understanding why other people think that and not ridiculing or saying that's wrong or, trying to make someone have your viewpoint because, that's just stupid.
It's better to debate than argue, I believe.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it's the repro thing. When I had the podcast, I had anti-repro and pro-repro. And you know where I stand on the repro thing. But I had to be in the middle and I had to be... I said before we started recording, I said, look, no arguments, just debate. And they did, and it was fantastic. So, I mean, look at us. I'm a Liverpool fan. You're a Man United fan.
There you go. Yeah.
No, because, it's a matter of opinion. It's who you like, who you brought up with. You know what I mean? You're wrong, but...
I'm willing to look past it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We're friends, aren't we? But... I mean, if a Liverpool Man United fan can be friends, anybody can be friends.
That's true. Like that is never a true word spoken.
Yeah, I don't watch TV anymore.
No, I don't. Literally everything's a streaming service.
First thing I do when I get up, have my breakfast, put YouTube on, see if any of me regular creators have put anything up. Because all the US live streams are normally like 2 o'clock in the morning. So
they'll go up when you wake up. Yeah,
I'll watch them when I wake up. So yeah, it's either that Netflix not so much these days. Disney Plus definitely.
YouTube pushes the negativity onto my stream until I block those channels. Yeah.
It's all right.
It's cable TV still a thing.
I don't think we ever had cable TV, did we? We just Sky onto it.
Yeah. Yeah, it does not make any sense to me, Jonathan.
Like I was saying before, there's a certain YouTuber that I loved, and it was so funny. And it was a part of fandom, and I'll admit that. But it was funny. It was funny with it. And it was constructive. But now he's going after TV shows, movies that haven't even come out. So I don't get it. I just don't get it. So if you don't like it, move on.
Yep. Talk about something you do like.
I don't like it. Simple as that.
YouTube is easy. Just stick a thumbnail with a low cut top on and you'll fly.
Yeah. Simple. Well, that is another thing that I usually say is negativity and good pair of tits.
Yeah. You've cracked it.
Never. Yeah, so the US, do you not have to wear masks anymore? I don't think we're going to come out of lockdown, are we?
It's a weird one. Like, I just don't understand. I don't know what's going on anymore with any of it. So I just no, like exactly. You say, I don't watch TV, so I stay out of it all. So.
Oh, repro stuff is right. Yeah, no, I don't think it is.
I'd never friend a goon.
Oh dear. Wow.
got someone as a club have not have a real job, so they make stuff for the clicks.
Yeah, so I suppose so. So, if there's one thing you could change about YouTube, what would it be?
I don't know, actually.
How can it improve?
How can it improve? I guess, like you said, where you're still finding people with the same interests as you, but you had no idea they existed. It should be easier to find your community, if you will, the community of yours that you haven't found yet. That should be easier, and I feel like it isn't as easy as it should be. Where, for example, all of my content, Star Wars, Marvel, that sort of thing, and it's still the big channels that I get pushed on my, your homepage or whatever you want to call it. And it should in that case, it should be a mixture. It should still have the big people on, of course, because that's how it works. But it should also have just the odd, I don't know, the random 5 random small YouTubers every week or something. You know what? Like you may have not have seen these before. You know. I don't know, top 5 pick of unknown YouTubers or something like that, where then people can come across them and then they have the similar likes. And the thing is, when you watch these bigger channels and you watch the smaller channels, people like ours, half the time the content on ours is better anyway, in terms of like what you want to hear and like the engagement that you get. It's more personal and stuff like that. So you're just the princes in the backers.
Yeah.
Clickbait.
No, it's my hot toys. I use clickbait. So yeah, let's go back to your gaming. Really, do you find that's just so easy to do? Just you're going to be playing games anyway, so just
yeah. Like the only issue is with it, and it happened when I first tried it. Is because, like I mentioned before, my computer's that old. Like. I bought it as a kind of a top-notch computer when I bought it, so it's still okay, but it's old. It's falling to pieces, and so I need a new one, so my quality's better. Yeah.
Very laggy first few.
Yeah, so I upgraded the hard drive, but it's like that saying you can't polish a turd. It's one of them. Like I bought a new hard drive, but then it's still falling to pieces. So I'm like, I need to kind of invest in a proper system and stuff like that, where I can just. Because, like, for example, Premiere Pro, where I edit my videos, that doesn't even run proper on it. So I'm like, wow. I'm even at a disadvantage there. But for the gaming, like you say, it's just you're going to be playing them anyway, and you enjoy it. People also enjoy it. And then when you get the chance, like I said earlier, when we finally do get a PlayStation, you get to jump on with your friends and stuff like that. At the moment, it's literally me, Aaron, and Luke from Hoff the podcast that only have Xbox. So there's only 3 of us, whereas everybody else has PlayStation. So when I get one of them, I feel like I'll probably end up doing it more than I should. But it's one of those things.
Yeah, I do it every day. I mean, that is one of the first few videos I ever did on YouTube were just game streaming. I think it was Red Dead Redemption.
I think I remember you saying that when you started doing your Red Dead Redemption streams again in like January or something. You said that's kind of the first stuff you did was just your streaming. Sorry, your game streaming.
Yeah, it's just so easy to do, isn't it? It's still PlayStation. I don't know what it's like with Xbox, but with PlayStation, you just press the share button.
It's a bit
title in, and it just starts broadcasting. It's amazing.
It's a bit different for Xbox. So I've got a capture card I have to plug into my computer, which is why my computer being old is kind of an issue. So then it goes direct from my Xbox to the capture card to my computer, and then I upload it to Twitch and obviously YouTube at the same time. But it's fun, and like you say, you're going to be playing them anyway. So
I think they're talking about somebody in the chat. I don't know what they're talking about, but I think we must have missed that.
It's kind of clickbait thumbnails and moronic YouTube drama.
We don't need it, do we? Everything should be positive.
Yeah.
Just so much negativity in the world that you don't need to watch it when you're watching TV. When you're watching YouTube, you want, like you're saying, to go to another world.
Yeah, it's your escape, isn't it? You don't want to.
You want to watch something.
I don't understand why people would want to escape to negativity. So then, when you're getting a negative, like, even if, for example, you don't like Star Wars, you don't want every single video you want to watch be bad about it, because then that's going to just put you in a bad mood because you're like, oh, well, I hate it. And then it's all about kind of what you're thinking will make how your mind works, sort of thing. So when you're watching negative, even if it's something about so trivial about Star Wars, like,
can you imagine in 10, 20 years time what the kids are going to be like?
Yeah,
it's not going to be negative. Everybody's going to be hating each other. It's going to be horrible.
You can see it already. It's already happening on things like Instagram. So when it starts getting to here,
yeah,
which it obviously already has started, but
yeah, it's still rocking Battlefront 1. Nothing wrong. I prefer Battlefront to Battlefront 2.
I'm just hoping they bring out a third one.
Play it. Yeah.
I'm playing Star Wars Battlefront 2 now. It's fun.
I played it yesterday with Celestis. Yeah, it's nice just to jump on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my son used to build his own PCs.
Battlefront 2 is pretty good now that he removed all the microtransactions. Yeah. Hopefully they don't do that again.
They weren't really. There was on for like a week or so. They're right at the beginning. I think they took them off straight away, didn't they?
Yeah.
Kicking off.
A lot of people prefer. Yeah, they do. That's the thing. That's what I don't get, though. If your life's or everything around it, like especially at the moment, it's so negative, why would you want to then go into more escape to negative things? That's why I don't understand. But people are different, aren't they? And that's what makes us so unique as people. But it's one of those.
Maybe that's why some people don't like Star Wars or Marvel and things like that, because most of it's positive. Star Wars is just, it's all positivity, isn't it?
Yeah. But whatever way you kind of go around it, there's a positive message within all of the sort of fictions. It looks cool, but never sell a newspaper with happy. Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah. Yeah, but that's real life, isn't it?
Yeah.
YouTube's not real life. Star Wars isn't real life. And I might be a shock to a lot of people, but what? Right. What was I going to say now? You've answered the thing of if you prefer live streams or videos.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I love your live streams. I love them.
Mm.
Like I said, the last Sundays was the best live stream.
I really loved it.
So I think you'll be getting John on again soon.
I was just sat there kind of in awe, thinking, whilst Aaron and John were kind of going back to back, thinking, wow, I never thought of that. Wow, I've never thought of that. I'm just like, that's John, what I love about the live streaming. And John knows his stuff, doesn't he?
John knows everything about it. He's got every comic going back for like the last 30, 40 years. Yeah. So he knows everything about Marvel. He's amazing. But Aaron, his series are just fantastic. I love them.
Yeah. He does. That's what he enjoys doing. That's the thing he enjoys. You just know watching something and going, right, where could they go with this? How could they do it? And it's a nice element to add into the stream. So it isn't real life. Wash your mouth up, Mark.
Sorry, I do apologise. Yeah. So present company accepted. People in the chat and things like that. Who are your favourite YouTubers?
So I have to say, if we were thinking back to before I started YouTube, so the people who got me into kind of thinking, what should I do it? Shouldn't I? The obvious kind of choices: Star Wars Theory, Emergency Awesome. Those are the people I kind of was watching before. Obviously, I started. They're the big kind of people. There's what was the Lord of the Rings? History of the Ages, I think it's called, the Lord of the Rings one. So those are the kind of people I was watching. I was like, that'd be so cool to do. I'd love to do that because that's what I enjoy talking about. And then obviously when you start, you meet everyone here, and that's when you realize that YouTube's kind of, how would you explain it? Just a kind of a whole other realm of endless people with the same sort of interest. Like you think, I'm going to start, and there's only going to be, for example, Star Wars Theory. Anyone who likes Star Wars, all they do is watch him. And then you think, you come in and you start, you're like, that's so not true. There's hundreds, there's thousands, and then you meet people like everyone in the chat, and like you've said earlier, everyone's friends in this community, and that's the best part about it.
Totally. So, right then, I want to go one more question, and I'll let you go. What are your future plans? What's going to happen with the channel?
So I'm just going to keep going with my plan is to upgrade my computer, and then when I do that, I can kind of double down on certain sort of editing my videos and that sort of thing in the gaming streams, and the PC should then technically be powerful enough to PC game as well, so that'll be sorted. Right. And then I do have an announcement which I'll be working towards for when I get to 1,000, but I'm only going to kind of announce that when I get to there, and this has kind of been the plan. This has kind of been the plan all along, and it's not one of those sort of clickbaity things like get me to 1,000. I'd prefer it to take longer because of the kind of work it's going to take me to do before I announce it, and then kind of continue down with it. But that is kind of always been my goal since I was kind of it stands alone from YouTube, if you will. It's not to kind of to do with YouTube, so but it would tie in with my channel, so that it works well.
Yeah. I'm quite interested in hearing what that is. No.
Nope.
Before we go, anybody in the chat got any questions? Well, either of us, really.
Yeah, ask away.
Anything you really wanted to ask anybody about YouTube, or something you're confused about, a setting, or what you should do thumbnail-wise, or...
I get Aaron to make our thumbnails for the shows, so I make the ones for my reviews and stuff, but he makes the ones for the shows.
Can he do mine as well? Yes. Yeah. So Aaron does your thumbnails. This is really good.
Yeah, he does the ones for the live streams. So for that, like the Back to the Future one and the Escaping Reality ones, he does.
Awesome.
And I kind of stole his idea for the putting the heads on things. So like the Battlefront person's got my head on it and stuff like that. I just thought it's more of a kind of a personal touch, isn't it? So
yeah, let's refresh that, because I'm hoping you might have got a few more subs after this. Oh, we got two.
Hey, more people to join the journey. That's all that matters.
I'm going to put it in the chat anyway, because, as I say, yeah, there we go.
Thank you.
As I say, that live stream on Sunday, I love watching your live streams anyway, but that one,
it was just the kind of depth they went into when they were speaking about. That's kind of what happens though when you get two people who love something so much and they've got such a big knowledge about it. Like they could have probably just sat there all day and spoke about stuff, couldn't they? So wasn't really a Marvel fan until there. Well, I would have loved that.
Exactly. Oh yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, Marvel is gone above Star Wars for me. I don't know how you feel about that.
In terms of what they're bringing out now, 100%. Like Star Wars will kind of always be my favorite because of what's happened and what they've done. But in terms of the future, yes, we're getting Kenobi and stuff like that. But Marvel's on another level at this moment in what they're bringing out on their plans, and that for a fact, like you've always said, it's all connected. Everything happens for a reason in it. The story they're going to tell is going to be impeccable, and that's kind of what sets it aside from anything else for me at the moment.
The way it's connected, though, each film is just connected to each other, and it's
like something so stupid, and you'd think so small you wouldn't pick up on it, but then you'll watch it back when everything's kind of out, and you're like, that makes so much sense now. That's there for that exact reason. It's like
you've got so many different writers, so many different directors, producers, actors, characters.
Yeah.
And to have them all connected over 23 movies when Star Wars couldn't connect 3 with the same character.
Yeah. That's what kind of sets it aside for me. Like, the future of it's in safe hands. The story that they're going to tell, you have the utmost faith within. Whereas with Star Wars, it's still kind of a bit, are they going to do the right thing? For me anyway, at the moment, that's kind of like what could happen. There's still maybe a bit of doubt in fans' minds of, and they're going to tell the right story. Whereas with Marvel, you're just like, because they've got the track record to prove it. 23 movies over this since 2008. So that's like an obscene amount as well.
And every time you go back to watch one of them, you see you notice something else. You think because you've seen their films, you'll know. Yeah, that connects.
That makes perfect sense now.
It's just, and this is why I can't understand why these Phantom Menace guys are just in Eternals, Shang-Chi. You've not seen them.
Yeah.
They're probably the same people that were dissing Iron Man before that came out.
Yeah. Just doesn't make sense.
No, ridiculous.
Especially when it's a complete new story as well, the new characters. So there is literally no way or place for them to kind of be negative towards it yet, because literally the only thing they've had is a trailer.
I think I saw one video the other day about Eternals, and there's going to be no Captain America in it, blah blah blah. But it is connected. They mention them, and it's gonna have Thanos in it, and it's gonna all connect. It'll
have Endgame, and the events of Endgame will be mentioned throughout it. It's not like they're just gonna, it's all gonna tie together, like you say. And I'm excited. I just thought it looked amazing how it kind of showed their involvement through the ages, if you will, of Earth. Like, when it was like the history, and then it kind of as it progressed and stuff like that. That's what I like.
Yeah. So, who have you got on Sunday?
I'm not sure yet. We're still waiting for a few messages back, but we're adding you to the shortlist as well. So don't you worry. We're adding you to the prize shortlist.
I can't live up to John.
No, John. I think John's just like you say, when you're talking about Marvel and you have the breadth of knowledge he does. It's just one of those things, isn't it? But everyone's got their own theories. Everyone's got their own opinions anyway, and there's no one or reason to say someone else's has more credit than someone else than the other person's, unless you're Kevin Feige. But he creates it.
I must admit, my knowledge comes from other YouTubers. Plus, then I go to the books and read. I think they mention the character. I'll go to that book and read. Oh yeah, then it starts. So I suppose that's everybody's way of.
When you just pick up on little things, don't you? Here, there, and everywhere. Yeah, Eternals didn't really look like an MCU movie though. I thought it did, but then you also have to kind of think this is the start of a new phase or a new era for Marvel as well. So, like, it isn't Endgame anymore. We haven't got the Iron Man. We haven't got Captain America. This is kind of a new stage. Like, it's not going to be the superheroes in sense of them. It's more cosmic, isn't it? It's more magical in terms of that.
It's more of the Thor. I'm trying to think of what else. Like Guardians of the Galaxy. It's going to be global.
More space, more galactic, and more like cosmic and stuff like that.
More space related. But I'm so excited for it. I think I'm excited for Loki.
Loki, out the 3 shows, so WandaVision, Falcon, and Loki. Loki was the one I was looking forward to most. Obviously, we've had those 2, and if those 2 are anything to go by, Loki is going to blow me away because I didn't really have high expectations for them. I just thought it's going to be good because it's Marvel, and I'll watch it. But then they came out, you watch it, and you're like, I did not expect that sort of quality for a TV show, sort of thing, and it was amazing.
In Falcon, it was just unbelievable. You're not going to get that from a movie.
No.
It's just, it was just amazing. I think it did suffer from the reduced storyline with the Flag Smashers. That was. I'm hoping we might see that as extras later on.
Yeah. But the thing is now because they've got access to streaming services like Disney Plus and stuff. They've got so much more they can kind of play with, where they can, for example, in between these movies that they're bringing out, they can touch on things. So, for example, if something in the Eternals happens, something could happen, and they can go, right, this is going to be a little series to explain what that means, or so on and so forth. It just adds more kind of depth to these worlds and these characters. Like, for example, Wanda, Falcon, and Bucky weren't massive characters really beforehand. They were the B team almost. They were behind. For you, yeah. But, it was Captain America and Iron Man. Those were the pinnacle of the heroes. But now you care so much more for them because you've had this extra time with them. You know, they've had so much more screen time. You're like, these characters, you know, you care about them. They've got feelings, they've got issues and stuff like that. So you didn't really have that time to spend with them beforehand in the movies. So that's why I kind of took from the shows, especially.
Yeah,
Eternals feels like Guardians to me. I don't know what to expect, and I like that.
Creatures out of it. It looks like they've had the memories wiped, and they're just, once Thanos has been defeated, I think, and the blip and everything's happened, I think they're just waking up out of that. That's what they actually are. So this is going to be really interesting.
Yeah. Like I say, it's like a new era for Marvel now in terms of the movies. We're going to have like the multiverse stuff, obviously with Doctor Strange, the potential of the Spider-Man stuff too. So, you know, it's going to be a crazy, what if we got till 2024? We've been had announced so far. So it's going to be an exciting 3 years of the next sort of stories.
So is Loki your one you're looking forward to then?
That was the one I was looking forward to most in terms of the TV shows, and now I'm looking forward to it even more because of the quality of the stuff we've had so far. Like, that was just like unexpected. You know, it was going to be a good story and everything, but the quality, it was almost like a 6-hour movie or however long the episodes kind of added up to. You know, it was that sort of quality of they really seem to be doubling down on these streaming services where they know they can fill out these stories and get people to care about characters you necessarily might not have beforehand because Captain America and Iron Man have gone. Now these are going to be stepping into bigger roles and people will care about them because they've had this extra time with them.
Well, yeah, I mean, Loki, I'm looking forward because
it's a fan favourite, isn't he, pretty much? So,
but I just feel that we're going to know a bit more about what's going to happen in the future.
Yeah, with them messing around with time and stuff like that, I think it might answer a few questions people may have had, and it may raise more for where we're going with the whole multiverse stuff and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think it's as well with WandaVision.
Yeah,
they were changing that right up to the end.
Mm-hmm.
And Doctor Strange was supposed to come in. They cut him out. There's lots of bits to cut out, and I think they're just melding it into this big story.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's all building up to a big event coming, it's like whether it be in Multiverse of Madness. So Loki does look epic.
Right then. Anybody? Let's have another refresh, shall we?
One gone down.
Right, everybody, come on. If you want your theories, tomorrow night. Is it tomorrow night you're doing the Back to the Future?
Thursday's our review for that. Yeah, it's just like we said earlier, you know, you want, sometimes you just want a little short show. We were thinking, I'd never seen Spider-Verse, so that's what we started with last week, and it was like, why don't we do a little review? Doesn't necessarily even have to be an in-depth one. It's like, what did you like about it? What are your favourite parts? And then people in the chat can say there and stuff like that. And obviously with it being Back to the Future, kind of fits in with the title of it, that Back to the Movies, so.
Yeah, well, I don't think it's going to be an hour.
I loved it.
It's fun. Like I said earlier, it's my second or third favourite film. Maybe my second favourite film of all time.
Mm.
Yeah, I love it.
It's right.
So everybody, please go so.
Thank you to everybody that has already, and thank you to everyone in the chat too so far that has been here.
So thank you for watching. Thank you, Luke, for coming on.
Thank you for inviting me, Mark. It's been fun.
Yeah, no problem. And we'll see you all next week.
Catch you later, guys.